Alright, today what I want to do is go over some of the 1/5 scale racing that I've moved to. Grew up racing 1/10 scale and moved to 1/5 scale. And here in North America, there's not a lot of, I don't think there's a lot of resources as much as there is in Australia and some other places over the pond. But here in the States, it's becoming really big and popular. And what I noticed was there's not a lot of great information. As far as you go out and you spend 1,800 for a vehicle and then another additional 700 for aftermarket parts because you read all these forums. What I'd like to do in this video is kind of just go over both the Losi 5, the HPI, both gas 29cc and the HPI electric conversion with the Castle Works. The other thing is and I'll go real. I'm going to try to go kind of quick on here to make this video not long. The other thing that's interesting is you read a lot of forums about different items, whether it's from China, here and made in USA. Definitely a lot of the machine work is definitely going to be more advantageous when you start looking at aftermarket parts, as far as the Platform 2 goes as well. Looking at these 4 sets of tires, we have a Proline trencher. We have the standard rodeo tire that comes off the HPI. We have a basically it's called if you look on down here, it's called an excavator, which is overseas. And then we've got something new that just came in, which is called the Desert Buster. This one's interesting. We'll go to this one last. Going down the sidewall, if you notice, as hard as I'm pushing on it, there's hardly any give. Push on this one, a lot of give. Push on this one as well. So you're definitely, the more money you spend on your tires, you're definitely going to see a difference in quality. These are all the off-road. This is the front section. So the tread wear is pretty similar, but what you probably are going to get for all those people who are trying to run these things on the street, don't run them with these kind of tires. You're going to end up tearing them up, shredding them. Move to a tarmac tire. These actually are made for over the pond. They're super, extremely durable. The sidewall's great, and you're going to get 4 sets of these versus just 1 set of off-road Proline. Again, by far, the best tire to be running on off-road was the Proline trenchers. As far as the longevity. So I don't know if that made much sense, but hopefully it does. Stock rims are okay. Aftermarket Proline are way to go. These are, if you just want to bash and tear up, don't drive them on asphalt streets. They're going to rip. These by far, so far from our electric four-wheel drive ones, have shown to be very durable. So going over to the Losi 5. Out of the box, I mean, other than just your outerwears, which I highly recommend, is going to save the longevity of your vehicle. There's a couple things that I did, which was just the skid plates, which are going to definitely protect you. There's a couple swing arms guards up here as well as you can put on. I didn't. I did go ahead and change out to the lights on the front. That's about the only aftermarket that I don't think is a necessity. Outerwears definitely keeps the vehicle from getting clean on the interior portion of it. I did do something a little different with the bead out on the outside. These are the hostile ones, which if you can see, they actually give you an outer lip. So when you're doing bashing or you're running up and you accidentally hit, could be cement or anything else that's sharp, it definitely protects the sidewall. And even the Nomads, if you notice pushing on them, they're solid. So I haven't changed these tires out to Proline because out of the box, I think these are just fine. Again, for racing quality, I didn't see a need for it, and I'm able to hang with all the guys who's been doing it, and maybe even have like another $2,000 into their car. Outerwears on the inside, definitely recommend. I did a couple just small, quick things as far as tethers. I made these myself. You can do this relatively cheap. The outerwears, I can tell you right now the difference between these outerwears, which are easy to put on, easy to take off to check your shocks, the less expensive ones, which are on the HPI electric, you got to disassemble the entire shock to slip that over. So spend the extra 12 bucks if you can, and it's definitely worth it. My HPI, it's the 29cc special edition. It's got a full Team Chase roll cage on the inside, outerwears, Killer B switch, and I'm running the Pro lines on here. I've upgraded most of everything on this particular Turtle Racing clutch. Again, I don't know if you really need to go to this extreme. This was one of my first buggies I got into and went a little over the top. This was a good base for me to understand that you spend $1,200 for the vehicle, another $1,000 on aftermarket parts. You don't necessarily need to do that, because the parts that have broken on here have been had to do self-inflicted. I'll tell you that there's been a lot of videos as far as should I buy Rovan, some of these other China-made ones. The difference between all of them is going to be the quality of metal. The plastic is almost identical, so everything's going to fit. So if I was to take a whether it's, I think there's like the Rovan model, or there's one other model that's out there that's a lot cheaper, Red Cat I think it is. All these parts are interchangeable, but the thing you'll notice is that the metal on these, on the HPI, are just so much more durable. The quality's there, just the bearings, everything's gonna last. So if you can afford to spend a couple, $300-400 to spend it, go ahead and do it. Some of the after parts, the parts that you're gonna break, not that big of a deal. Again, when it comes to electric, this is gonna be, going back to the tires. These tires I bought, these are actually tarmac busters from Rovan, and here gives you an example. If you look at the tread here, this is after 2 charges on a battery, and those tires are almost gone. Granted, this car is running right around close to 80 something miles an hour as we had it, but surprising on how bad these tires lasted. Did do the Castle conversion on here, running 8S, and just amazing car overall. The only other upgrade I would recommend is your wheel nuts, enclosed wheel nuts. Definitely will help extend the life. And on the back, pretty much shredded my flaps running it on the street. So honestly, that's pretty much it, guys. So again, hit me up with an email or something, but on the Losi, the only thing I did was Killer B switch, exhaust, outerwears, and I think you're good to go. So if you guys wanting to get into 1/5 scale racing, it's definitely fun. Look at some of the forums out there, and I'll be posting more soon to come.